And this is right after the fall into sin. And God comes there into the Garden of Eden to address firstly the devil, and then Eve, and then Adam, for what the devil had done first to Eve and then to Adam in causing them to disobey God. And what God declares to the devil is that there will be enmity. That is what enemies have toward each other. They have enmity. That's what makes them enemies. So it's hatred and division and things like that. And God is saying that there will be enmity between the seed of the woman and the devil's seed. In other words, that they are now going to be enemies. By the way, that was also a way of saying that Eve is back on God's side. It's a beautiful picture of God's grace and mercy and forgiving Eve and saying, she's on my side, devil. She's not on your side anymore. But that seed of the woman is not how the Bible speaks about children. We are the seed of men. That the seed comes from the father or the dad. And that's how the Bible speaks about every other single human being. But there in Genesis 3, it's talking about the seed of the woman. What that means is that person that is the seed of the woman won't have a human father. So this is the Son of God. It's the very first prophecy. And that he is going to crush the devil's head, even though the devil will bruise his heel. The heel is one of the weakest parts of our body, that you will have power over this one, or so you think, for a little while, devil. And that's talking about when Jesus suffers and dies on the cross. But then we will find out on the third day after what happened the third day after Jesus died. He rose again, and he had the fullness of his power as the Son of God. And that's when the devil realized he had lost, because Jesus had won. And now his power was destroyed, and the power of Jesus comes now to us. We see that same depiction of grasping the heel in several other episodes in the Bible too, to signify mastery of one person over another. That was the significance of Jacob grasping Esau's heel. They were twins, and they're born at the same, they're born of the same mother, but Esau's born first. And that usually meant that the blessing and the inheritance of the father is going to go to the firstborn. But already their mother had gone to hear the prophet of God saying, something's going on in my tummy. I know I'm going to have a baby, but something really is going on there. What's happening? And the prophet was able to say, you have twins, but they're fighting, and they're going to fight through their whole life. But the younger one is the one who's going to receive the blessing of God. So when they're born, Esau comes out first, and then Jacob comes out second. But the Bible tells us that Jacob had his brother by the heel. It's like saying from the very first moment that he's born, I gotcha. I will have mastery over you because I will be the one to get the blessing. And we see that that's exactly what happens later on in their lives when Jacob is indeed the one who's blessed instead of Esau.